Hey everyone, welcome back to Brown Coat Nerd. Today we're going to be looking at the Pakistani military surplus Kukri Machete that I got from Sportsman Guide. I actually got this back in November of 2021. I did check their website. They're still available. They're still the same price at what I got them for. So if you are interested in grabbing one of these, it is item number WX2 712279. And they range in price. If you're a club member, it's $26.99. If you're not, it's $29.99. And that is just for one. As you can see, I did purchase two. In case you're wondering, they did both come with the sheath. I actually purchased two of these because one of my sister-in-laws is very into blades and throwing knives, and I figured I'd get one for her too. Didn't draw her in the Christmas gift exchange, but her birthday party is later tonight, so I figured I better get my button gear. Go ahead and give you a video so you can see both of them, and then she'll get her gift. So, what is a kukri other than being a really fun word to say? Well, the kukri, or I guess it is also pronounced kukuri, if I'm even pronouncing that right, is a type of machete from India, specifically Nepal, and it's famously used by the Gurkhas. So if you're familiar at all with any like World War II, kind of specific British World War II history, you will know the Gurkhas are pretty menacing and badass. One thing to note, your traditional Gurkhas will have kind of traditional kind of little indentation here, not quite like that. It's kind of a trident shape or a W shape. And my brief research of Gurkha blades in general, there's a ton of information out there. There are people that solely collect Gurkhas. And also, real quick, let me point out, these are like the gas station knife version of, or I'm saying Gurkhas, excuse me, Kukuris. These are the gas station knife version of the Kukuri machete. They're typically made much higher quality, much better builds, but these are military, made for the military. So as you can imagine, they're gonna cut corners and make it a lot cheaper. But they normally have a little nub down here, and I was looking around, and some people say that is like a blood trap. So if the blade is bloody, it doesn't drip all the way down and get onto your hand, although that doesn't make a lot of sense because you're going to have blood all over the whole thing, not just on the blade. Other people will say it's to draw blood because you aren't ever supposed to pull out a kukri without drawing blood. So I guess if you don't get a kill or something, you're supposed to prick your finger on that. A lot of people don't buy into that. And then others say it's just a symbolic symbol put on there that's supposed to have some kind of representation to do with Shiva, which I believe is the goddess of love and war. So these do not have that. Once again, this is more of a military issue type machete than a traditional kukri. Now the blade is stainless steel. It's made of 3CR13 stainless steel. It also has a hardness RC of 44-50. I have no clue what that means. I'm assuming it's talking about the blade hardness. These are stats I got off of Sportsman Guide. The handle is made of Cretan rubber. And then, of course, the sheath is nylon. Overall length of these is 18 inches. The blade length is going to be 12 inches. Handle length is 6 inches. And then our blade thickness is 3.5 millimeters. And as you can see, it's got a pretty nice long blade. We do have a sawback along the portion of the back here. Looking at reviews on Sportsman Guide, they're mostly pretty good for these. Some people are saying it's an amazing purchase for the price. And getting a kukri for $30, you aren't going to get them cheaper than that. You still might find these floating around for less than $30 though. Other people are saying it's a horrible value. They're saying they got some blades that were bent. And I think a lot of, they see kukri, and if you Google kukri, you'll see what I'm talking about. They're really nice freaking blades. And I think they just don't realize, like I said, these are the low budget kind of version of those. Now, a lot of these reviews where people talking about they actually used them, on their land and clearing bush and stuff, they seem to be pretty happy with it. So it does its job as a machete, I would say. You do have like a little crusher here on the end. I forgot to mention. But like I said, I did buy two of these. They both appear to be pretty darn identical. And they are advertised as new old stock, and I would have to agree with that. I will point out when you get these, it does appear that they had the blade dulled some. I mean, they're not completely dull. They are a little bit sharp. But you're going to want to sharpen this up before you actually take it out and start clearing any bush or anything. Let's see if I can do this here. So as best I can tell, the blades seem fairly straight. I'm not much of a knife guy, so there's probably things I should be looking for that I am not pointing out to you all. I apologize. The only difference is the nylon sheaths were all in good shape, except for this one here. It's missing that little rivet. See right there, that's no big deal at all. And these sheaths do have a little belt loop on them as well. I just wanted to bring this video to you guys. These seemed like a decent buy. I have always wanted a more traditional Kukri. It's just kind of neat. Like I said, I'm not even really a blade guy, but I wouldn't mind having an authentic, Nepalese Kukri in my collection. Saw this and I was like, oh, this is something I can actually take out and use. And I don't really have a machete in obviously my collection, but just on hand. So I figured I might as well just get one and heck, get a cool, crazy blade-shaped looking one. So like I said, these are still available on Sportsman Guide if any of you are curious. The two that I got, I really can't say there's any reason not to get them. Like I said, the most you're going to be paying is $30 plus shipping. And that's not a bad price. I'm sure you could probably find a machete out there cheaper. I don't really price machetes. I just saw these and thought it looked cool. But these are definitely going to be the cheaper of the Kukris that you'd be looking for. I did try to find out who manufactured these. I did not know if it was POF. They make all of the G3s for Pakistan as well as the bayonets. I have one of the POF bayonets for my C93. It was actually made for the G3, but they both use the same bayonet. So I have no clue who made these. I know POF makes a lot of stuff for the military, so probably a good chance it's made by POF, but there's really no markings on this, like whatsoever. And I did get them. They were fairly cleaned up. I have sprayed these down with CLP and wiped them off, but they weren't really too bad. The grips are kind of a little grody. So you'll probably want to take like a rag with some like Dawn dish soap or something and kind of go over those and clean them up. But that's it. Just short and sweet, guys. These are, once again, the Pakistani military surplus Kukris. New old stock available from sportsmanguide.com. Alright, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Stay safe and stay shiny.